Thanks for staying with us right here on Sunrise as we continue this morning. Now, a curriculum vitae can be seen as a first point of reference when showing an employer you have skills and experience needed and that you are the right person for the job. Once you've been shortlisted, though, your CV, you move on to the interview where it's important to say and do the right things to convince the employer you'd be the perfect fit to the company. Now, this morning, we will be looking at what makes a great CV and presentation skills during an interview. To help us do that, we're joined by Ophelia Swarts from the recruiting agency Kuypers Consulting. And you at home can be part of our conversation by giving us a call on 011 447 1742 or 011 447 1620. Or you can leave your comments on our Facebook or Twitter pages this morning. Good morning to you, Ophelia, and thanks very much for joining us.
Good morning, Penny. Thank you.
Great stuff. So now let's just start with clarifying the confusion around these documents. Resume versus the CV. When do you need which and why?
You know, in South Africa, we use the change resume and CV interchangeably. And there's not really much of a distinction, but overseas in the UK, US, and Europe, there's there's a distinction and they request different documents. But the difference between a resume and a CV, a resume is basically a brief summary of your skills and experience. It covers 1 or 2 pages. So it's you can use it as a selling tool. So it tells your story, communicates your value, and it just gives you that competitive advantage in terms of your job search. Whereas the CV is a more detailed document, so it gives high-level information in terms of your skills and experiences. And it's mostly presented in chronological order and gives an easy overview of an individual's full working career.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, I'm sure we'll always have like 2 categories of people who are looking for work. Those who are totally new and looking for something. So what's the best way to... Which one is best in that situation, or which one is best to present first? Let's say you're starting out versus someone who's already got experience and they can be able to highlight and showcase.
I think starting out a resume would be good. If you're a graduate, then the resume would be the better option for you because you focus more on the skills, soft skills and the value you can add, and less so much on experience. So it's mostly focused on your studies, soft skills and the value add. Whereas if you're more experienced, a CV would work for you. But also most people send a resume first and then they get asked for a detailed CV, which they send later. So what I've noticed, there's a trend that resumes are more used in the private sector and corporate, if they ask you for a resume. Whereas in the public services sector, they will ask you for CV. They will ask you for a CV.
Yeah, they want details where you worked, how long
exactly.
Okay. All right. Okay, so then you move on from that, and they've got the document, and then you have an opportunity to come for an interview. Obviously, I don't know if people like yourself prepare your candidates for interviews, presenting yourself, the etiquette that goes with it. A whole lot of those things. Let's talk about that.
It's quite important that you prep your candidates for interviews. So it's important how you present yourself, the information you give, the quality of information you give. You prep the candidate on the job description as well, what to highlight, what points to focus on, the company, what the company culture is, what the company values are. So those are important things that you need to focus on to prepare your candidates for interviews.
Okay. So we've got a little package that we'd like you to look at, and then maybe then you can share your thoughts with us after this. So let's take a look.
Hi there.
Oh, hi.
How's it? How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Ah, man, I'm good, man.
Okay.
I'm a hugger.
How are you, Bridget Visasi?
I'm fine, eh? I'm fine.
Didn't take you too long to get here. Glad you're on time.
Just quiet.
So let's get the ball rolling. The first thing that I want to know is, why did you apply for this position?
I saw it there on Google. I thought I'd try it out.
Just give me one weakness that you have and that you struggle with.
I chew my nail there. I think that's a weakness of mine.
And something that's work related?
I can type. You must see me type.
I said weakness, not strength.
Oh.
Could you please just put your phone down?
Huh? Sorry, man. Can I get a selfie? Johnny, can you get a selfie?
I'm not too sure how bad you want this job, but you're really not doing a good job.
Huh? Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
Let's move on. Can you describe for me a challenge that you once faced and you overcame?
Let me tell you, there was one time this girl, she was trying to take my boyfriend. I'm telling you, I pulled that girl's hair. And then it turns out it's not even her hair, it's a wig. Yo, I knew it. I just knew I was the one.
I assume this all happened in the workplace.
Imagine! No, man, my boyfriend's a bartender there.
So how does it relate to the job interview that you're at, and how does it relate to a time when
but
you
you
had a
said a
challenge and
challenge.
you overcame in the workplace?
Oh, no, be specific, man. Ish. In the workplace, ish. No, people don't always like me in the workplace. They think I'm shady. But we deal with the shady.
I think I no longer need to ask about your weaknesses because they're evident and they're clear.
Okay.
Should I act like we're in school and confiscate your phone?
No, man. I'm just putting the thing on silent. You know, I'm expecting a call. My boyfriend, he also went for an interview. I think he got it. He sent me lots of hearts.
With all due respect, Ms. Versace, I do not think... I don't think that... My apologies, Ms. Versace.
Yes, sir.
Feel free to answer the phone outside.
Are we done?
Yes, we're done.
So how?
Thank you very much for coming, man.
Oh, sorry, that's my phone. Huh? Okay,
Well, it's a little bit exaggerated.
That is extreme. That's
it's extreme.
Yeah.
But you know, we're dealing with millennials, okay, and they might not have that job experience. They might be saying, you know, whether they're going to a creative industry or they're saying, I'm just going to be myself, and then you know, you have to like take me for what I've got to offer.
No, it doesn't work like that. It's very extreme. You have to use a lot of common sense. I mean, you're going to an interview, you're applying for a job, this potential employer, you know, and they're looking at you as a potential employee. So it's in terms of value add, what value can you add to the company? And I mean, looking at that is shocking.
Okay, so back in the day when I used to send CVs out and looking for a job, I used to remember that you have to give a firm handshake and look someone directly in the eye.
You need to give your firm handshake.
I've shaken a lot of weak hands in recent times. Is that something that is still important?
It's quite still important. It kind of puts you off when someone has got a weak handshake. So you need someone with a firm handshake, someone who maintains good eye contact, someone who dresses professionally, someone who's clear and concise when they answer questions. No slouching, no chewing gum. You have to, because remember, first impressions last, and you have to sell yourself.
Okay, I mean, looks, you talk about, you know, presentation and all of that. You know, again, people are very expressive these days. It's my hair, this is how I want to look like. You know, people get offended by certain things. Okay, you told this hair doesn't look that neat and things like that. I mean, what are some of the things in recent times that people need to know about? When you say neat and presentable, what does that mean? They can say it's very subjective. You know, you're right. Trends are changing in terms of what you wear to recruit to interviews. So what you wear depends largely on the job you're interviewing for, the company culture, the company that you're going to, what the culture is, and also the industry at large. So industries like finance and law, I would suggest you wear a suit because it's kind of very formal. So if you're going to a place that's more creative, like a creative agency and ad, you can be a little bit casual depending on what the company culture is. But the rule of thumb is always to dress one notch more professionally than the current employees of the company. So just take it up a notch. If you're unsure, it's best to speak to the recruiter or the hiring manager. They can give you an idea of what to wear for interviews. If not, then always keep it professional. Business attire, you can never go wrong with that. But showing up in jeans with a beanie, and it's just definitely not acceptable. No, definitely not acceptable. It's not. Okay, all right. In terms of like tips, you know, for putting CVs and going for the interviews that you can just share from a recruiter's point of view for our viewers.
I think presentation is quite important. Presentation is key. So presentation in terms of what you put on paper, how you present information on paper, the quality of information on your CV. It's quite important that you play on your strengths. If you're putting a resume together, you're playing on your strengths, your achievements, your awards, what value you can add to the companies. Whereas with a CV, you'll go more detailed information in terms of what your roles are, what experience you have, and what skill you bring to the job. In terms of preparing for interviews, be concise, be clear, do research. It's important that you do research. Always do research on the company, on the role, who the competitors are. You know, the more knowledge you have, the more confident you are, and the more likely you are to get the job.
All right, well, thanks very much for joining us this
so
morning
much,
right
Penny.
here on Sunrise. Well, good luck to all of y'all who are going out to look for some work. Hope that